let's dive in, because I'm going to get through my part, because I'm actually going to go back and help my brother. So really the number one thing I wanted to talk about tonight was the calls I've been on today, and the announcement that we made at the meeting on Saturday with everybody, about, that we were going to go ahead and help you guys get as many customers as we can by offering samples to the reps, the customers, so that we can help you guys get customers. And we have a limited amount of trials that we're going to do, but and I would just say, based on, like I said, based on 8 Zoom calls today, starting this morning at 10 a.m. and then I just had Zoom call after Zoom call after Zoom call, and then, like I said, we did the 6 o'clock Zoom call. I know we've got a lot of people that have reached out that want to get the trial. And so if you want to take advantage of it, now's the time to do it. Tammy is going to walk you through exactly how to set them up after the Zoom call. She made it so that it's really, really simple, and it'll create a customer account for them. My belief is that we can get people trim. We can change their lives. We can change their lives in 7 days or 10 days, or, honestly, I think even 3 or 4 days. I'll share with you guys a text that I got today. This is a text I got today from somebody. So let me just read it. It said, I couldn't lose weight to save my life. I've been on prescription weight loss pills for the last 6 months. They worked, but I couldn't take them all the time because they have a narcotic in them. This last week, I switched to trim, just trim. This weekend, I ate things like I never do. I ate hamburgers, French fries, and ice cream, all things that normally would make me gain weight. Not with trim, I lost 2 pounds. That's pretty awesome. Like, when I get texts like that from people, it just makes me super happy. So that person already placed orders, went on today and placed an order and got other people on it. So again, the idea is that if we can get these products out to people that and that you care about, if you'll follow up with them, they'll become customers. And it's really simple with what Tammy's going to show you how to do. Tammy, are you on?
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to turn the time over to Tammy, and I am actually going to leave so I can go chase down another bull, because this thing's running wild. So I'm trying to help my brother chase this thing down. That's what happens when you grow up on a farm and you're a farmer, right? Sometimes you have critters that get loose. So love you guys. I'm excited. I hope the meeting Saturday got you guys excited. It got me excited. Just an amazing group of people that we have here. So have an amazing night, and hopefully I can get this bull wrapped up. Okay, I'm gonna mute out for now.
You have fun, be safe.
Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. So for those of you who were not there Saturday, Zane announced a new marketing thing for you guys. I don't know what they're called, marketing something for you as reps. He's offering the first 500 people free bottles of trim. So he's got 500 bottles of trim that he's willing to put out on the table for them. So really quick, what we're gonna do, and it's just like one per person, they need to set up a new retail account, and this is how they'll do it. So on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, Zane will do a weight loss trial, if you want to call it that. He'll do a call, a Zoom call, Mondays at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, and then Wednesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. and also 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So he's willing to get on and do those calls, talk to them about the endocannabinoid system, talk to them about what the Kavu trim is, the ingredients that are in it, answer any questions that they might have. And then when we're all done with that meeting, we're gonna just let them know to reach out to the person who called them or who brought them on the call. We'll just let them know to reach out to you guys as reps. And here's what you'll be doing. So you'll send them your link. and then which shows up like this when you send somebody your link. It takes them to this page. You'll have them click on the Shop Now button, and then they'll click on Join as Retail. Okay, and then they'll create an account. So all it's asking for right now is just first name, last name, email, a username, and a password. So they'll just create their account. Once their account is created, then you'll have them close out of that and then have them go to office.sukavu.com. Let them know that it created their own back office for them so that they can get their tracking information. They can keep track of orders, all that type of stuff. The office.sukavu.com website is actually easier on a cell phone, so that's kind of why we're doing it this way. But we also want them to be aware and know that they do have a back office, that they can get there, and that there's all sorts of information there. So you'll have them sign up first on the sukavu.com page with your replicated website, and then immediately have them go to office.sukavu.com, log in with the username and password that they just barely set up. And they have a back office that's very similar to your back office, if you notice, but their back office, then have them go to order and then place an order. They'll put one of the Kavu trim into their cart. And then the promo code is going to be try with a space trim. Okay, try trim. And then we want to make sure they have free shipping. So free ship, all one word, and apply that. They do need to put in a credit card, otherwise it won't let them finish out. And this is just, it's a programming thing, but it's also a security issue on our end. So to make sure that we're not having robots come in and kind of scam us out of 500 trim. So really it's kind of a little bit of a safety on our end. So if they're worried about it, let them know that it will not charge their card, not even 1 penny. And it is not setting up any automatic shipments at all whatsoever. They really will just only get this one shipment, and then from there, if they want to place more, order more after that, they can. So once they put in their credit card info, and it's just basic info, first, last name, credit card, and their billing address. And then they just hit finish, and that's it. It's super simple, super easy. Does anyone have questions on that process? No? Perfect. Hey, see, that's how simple and easy it is. Wonderful. Yay. Always good. Okay. I'm going to share my screen again and talk about, is the Zoom this link? Yes, the Zoom is this link. Yes. So what we did was we created a new Zoom link, and we made it so that the meeting ID is my phone number for support. So it's 702-602-7555. So if you've got that down, you can give that meeting ID to anybody and they'll be able to get on. Yes, this link is the meetings that will be from now on. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen again. And we're looking at my back office. One of the things that you are going to want to make sure with this new marketing platform, you're going to want to make sure that you know how that person joined your group. You're going to want to make sure that you know that they placed that order and that you know when their tracking goes. So let me kind of show you. One of the best tools for this is this little bell right here. It's a notification tool. If you click on it, then it tells you when a new customer joins your organization, when somebody places an order, it gives you all sorts of information and lets you know things that are going on. This is a really big tool. This is one that I use often to just double check and see any new things that are happening. You can go straight from there by clicking on their name. You can go to their information, but let me show you another way just in case that fails you. So over here in the business tab and then team dashboard, you have the ability to show just your customers, or you can show just your distributors. So for this purpose, we're going to look at just your customers. And we'll look at Michelle here, and you'll see her orders. You'll be able to see their contact info. If they're a preferred customer or a retail customer, it'll let them know up there. Then you can click on the order number and it's going to pull up their order, tells you exactly what they got, how they paid for it, what they're doing. And then if you go click on print invoice, it just opens up a new tab. But what this allows is it allows you to see their tracking number. And all you'll do from there is just copy, paste into a new tab and look up on USPS.com, because that's how we send all our packages, is USPS. So you can see the moment the tracking, the moment we print a shipping label, this tracking information updates. So if you don't see any tracking info, then just know that it hasn't shipped out yet and that it'll update as soon as it does. So that's a way that you can check all of those. So like if I look at this person, their order, this is actually a person that came to the event on Saturday. So he took his product with him. So his tracking number says will call because he just picked it up right there from the event. So that's how you'll see all that different information. Does anyone have any questions on that and getting that info for this marketing? Good. Okay. I know it's kind of fast as I go through things, but just know that every Monday, I'm going to make sure that I'm on here showing you guys your back office, showing things that are happening, how to get into different places, different things that you can do with your back office. Let me know if there's something that you'd like me to train on. I'll probably train on the same things over and over and over again, because that's kind of the repetitive is how we get things into our brain, right? That's how we get things so that we remember. So if you have something that you want me to train on or talk about, then just send me a quick email and I'll make sure that I get that the next Monday. So thanks. And I'm going to pass it. Well, let's see. Giselle, are you on?
I am.
Is there anything else that we need to talk about this week?
I don't think so. I missed the first few minutes of the call. So yeah, it sounded good. Your training was great.
Thanks. Dane was just talking about rallying up gold. That was really what he was talking about. Finding gold. Dada, did you have a question?
No, I have a question, but not for the back office. I have a question with the promotion we're doing. I mean, yeah, the free thing, the free trim for 15-day thing. What if I do flyers and I say I go to my gym and I distribute them? How on the call, Zane said, get back to the person who invited you. So those people will be calling me?
Yeah. Does anyone have suggestions? Tim, I see you kind of shaking your head over there. Do you have a different suggestion for Dada?
Well,
because I don't want to put my phone number out there. Is there any way, other way? You know what I mean? Do 1,000 flyers, put your phone number.
It's just the fact that there's not a lot of people are going to be like, how do I know this isn't hocus pocus or poison or who knows what, you know? So I don't know. I just talk to everybody at your gym, you know, because there's a personal touch when you're talking to people in person versus doing a flyer. And, you know, really Sakavi's about that personal touch. I'm just not sure we're ready for mass flyers. I'm not sure how productive they'll be either, but it'd just be really hard to follow up when they have no kind of interpersonal relationship that kind of ties them to you, or they'll feel like obligated to make sure they take the bottles and stuff. Now, this is just my 2 cents because I've done a lot of things. I've tried a lot of things. I'm not speaking for corporate. So what do you think, Steve? What do you think, Kevin?
Yeah, let me jump in and say, if I was going to do 1,000 flyers, I would have them call me, because that way I would curate them, build a relationship with them, and then tell them about the Zoom, as you say, as opposed to me not having that relationship. So one, I would know who they are. One, I'm the one putting them all on the Zoom. But without that 10 or 15 minute phone call, that's then establishing the credibility, establish the intention of it, why it's worked, the context, the conversion ratio will be way down. So the thing is, you don't want to create a lot of busyness for yourself and not a lot of conversions. So there's nothing wrong with working your cold market, but turn your cold market into your warm market before you put them on that phone call. And if you have a problem where too many people are calling and you don't have time to call them all back, welcome to network marketing. That's the good news, you know, as opposed to the phone doesn't ring and how do I create more people to talk? So create a problem like that for yourself where there's too many people calling and not enough time in the day to get back to them.
Remember those acronyms that Zane taught us that he teaches the Karl Malone sales guys? Remember, did you guys write those down in your notes? How you want to build that relationship, find something out about them so they always remember you remember them. Just at least go through that process and turn them warm before you put them on would be what I would recommend for sure. Thanks. That's exactly what Steve's saying.
Thank you.
Tim, the acronym is FROG is what he was calling it. I learned it as FORM, FORM, but they're the same thing, like usually like family, occupation, recreation, goals, or, you know, something to that effect. You're just trying to build a little friendship and find out about them. And then from there you're good. But that's what Zane was talking about during the seminar was the FROG.
And there was another one, BOND, BOND too. I don't have my notes in front of me. So obviously I got to study them because we should know them in our heart. That's gold. If Karl Malone is paying Zane and Zane's taking time out of his busy schedule to go and train Karl's sales guys, you know, that's really because it's gold. It's worth gold.
That is perfect. I love that we have leaders on the call that can jump in and give their 2 cents and give their ideas and suggestions, and we can work together as a team to kind of get things going and moving in the right direction. I love that. Thank you so much. Those were amazing ideas. Appreciate it. Heather, really quick, I started typing, but figured I was unmuting here in a second that I would just let you know. So the call tonight at 8 p.m. is actually for our the very first event that you and Ryan actually went to. That is our 30-day wrap-up call. So that's not one that you're going to want to invite people to tonight. The calls are going to be that you'll want to invite people to are going to be every Monday at 6 p.m., every Wednesday, and every Thursday at 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. All of that's Mountain Standard Time. And then the codes that they will use after you have them come to a call, make sure you have them come to one of those calls first before you give these codes out, because we want to make sure that we have that personal touch. We want to make sure that they have the information about their endocannabinoid system, the information about why the THCV works and how it's different from some of the other cannabinoids. We want to make sure that they have that knowledge before we just give this out, because we don't want those 500 bottles just to go and then people not try them. We want this to be a successful getting you guys good customers that will come back and order more. So the codes are try trim, but there's a space in between try and trim. And then the shipping code is free ship, and it's all one word. So try trim, put them in here, and then free ship. All one word. Okay. Any other questions?
Hey, this is Ryan.
Yeah.
So tonight's call, sorry, I'm just new to this, but this is basically going to be like a back office type training for new endo coaches type of thing. Is that, I mean, that's what I'm gathering.
The Monday night call?
Yeah.
It'll be more than that. But yes, I'll do back office training every Monday just because we feel like it's an important thing and to make sure that you guys really know your back office well. And when we introduce new things, this is where we're going to be doing that, is introducing them on Monday calls. So this is one you definitely want to be on.
No, I like it. And I was just thinking, sitting here, Heather and I were just thinking also, because some of us are so new. I mean, Sukabu has so many products. I actually learned when we were down there with you guys about that rescue remedy, whatever the skin one is.
Rescue balm. Yeah.
Yeah, that one. And so I was like, wow, would it make sense to do, like, just for us that want to know more and to kind of behind the curve a little bit, like maybe do a little 5-minute bleep on this call, because you're basically training back office anyway, just do a product highlight of one, just pick a different one each week, because I could learn so much more about from all the stuff I don't already know that any some of that stuff.
Absolutely. And that is, we have done that in the past too. Zane has kind of done a little training on each individual product. So yeah, that's definitely something we do on Monday calls. The other thing we do on Monday calls is if we're having promotions that are coming up, this is where we're going to announce those. Any training that needs to happen, when having all of you reps together, being able to give each other support and ideas. If there's, a problem customer and you're having a hard time trying to figure out how to convert them or something like that, this is a great place to bring all of that. And then we'll also have Zane do his sales training again. So talking about what Tim was saying, those things that Zane trained about on Saturday with the sales training, we'll have him do that again, because it's just getting all that information over and over again is the best. I mean, you guys heard it on Saturday and Tim already was like, crap, I don't remember it all, so it's good to have that repetitive and kind of hear it again and again. So that's good. Are there any other questions before we head out for the night? You all are amazing. We're so amazed at the progress that people are making and the growth that is happening in our company. We're just excited to be here, and I am proud to be able to support you guys. I am so proud to be able to do that. That is just one of my favorite things that I get to do is support you reps. That's just the best part of my day. I love being able to talk to you and help you through situations and work on things. So thank you so much for allowing me to do that and to be part of your lives. I'm so grateful. Steve, we're going to let you head us out tonight.
Hey, do you guys see what Tim is putting up on his thing about the frog and the bond that he did? The family, recreation, occupation goals. Bring value, open the conversation, nurture the relationship, and drop a referral seed that can grow. So thanks, Tim, for sharing that. Maybe we can screenshot that. And I don't know how to screenshot, but take a picture of that.
Put it in the chat, Tim.
We'll get an email out. We'll get an email out to everybody, kind of wrapping up what we talked about at Fall Harvest, and we'll include that information in there, some of that sales training that Zane presented on. But I also think it's a good idea every Monday as we learn these things and come back onto this call and just get more and more training that way, and where we can all get feedback. So thanks, Tim, for sharing that.
Yeah, and I just want to say before everyone goes tonight, first of all, for those of you that made it to the weekend, thank you for doing that. It was great to be there myself and meet everyone and get to know people on a different level that you can't do on a Zoom and a Monday night phone call. And for those of you that didn't have an opportunity to be there, there will be a recap going out, but essentially for those of you, in a sense, to give you the highlights is yes, people had a better context of where the company is, where we're going, and how we're getting there. That's really what those events are. And most importantly, that they left there knowing what to do next. And sometimes in these Zooms, it's hard to kind of recapture that moment. It's kind of like looking at a photo album. If you weren't in the picture, it's not quite the same thing of like when somebody else is showing you their baby pictures, right? Kind of go, oh, there's just no emotional connection to it. So that's why hopefully you can certainly be there at the next one. But to play to in a sense of what Data said, right? And it's the same thing. It's all about what to do next and how to do it most effectively. And so in this next phase of the company, I want you to, again, put it into context. And you may even want to share this with people that you're inviting into the program. The company did a 30-day test. Some of you are in that test and in that program. And it looks like the data is going to be coming in this week, but we're going to have a minimum of 3 out of every 5 people who are in that program convert into customers, which means that at least 3 out of 5 people also got the results on the product that they expected or even far greater. And that number may end up being higher. I'm just being conservative. I'm saying in that low ball. So This second test that we're doing, and the reason we moved it from 30 days to 2 weeks is because most of those people were committed after less than 2 weeks of doing the program. And so in that 2-week period of time, as they were worried they're going to get out of product, we're so excited about sharing these results, is they made that early on decision to become a customer and also open themselves up to even getting more expedited results, meaning adding additional products and services, or even understand our entire business model. So when we were able to do this event last weekend, we're not able to talk about what we expect to happen. We were talking about what has happened and recreating that for you. So think about this scenario. If you present this effectively to a potential customer, whether you know them or not, they need to know one or two things. Always lead with your own testimonial. Are you on the product? Did you have an experience? Did you go through the trial? You found out they're having another trial. I would love to be able to get you into that trial. There's only limited number of seats. That's not a sales pitch, right? There is a limited number. In fact, we even know what that number is. We don't know how number is going down, but based on 8 Zoom calls today, I certainly don't think there's 500 seats left anymore for that perspective. Same thing if you're approaching someone about the business opportunity. Say, tell them the truth. I joined this company. One of the reasons I joined this company is they give products away to my customers for free to get them started. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. To prove not only to me, but to my customers that the financial model works and the product works as well for them. So what we really, any salesman needs, like one of those things that I think maybe Zane needs to add to the training about teaching people in sales, the truth is you need to give them something to talk about that's interesting, right? When you have an interesting, truthful, authentic conversation as a salesperson, you're no longer a salesperson, right? You're somebody sharing important information in an interesting way, and then people will listen to you. So that's why with data, you got to turn a flyer into a conversation, right? You have to turn an invite into an opportunity. So there are so many people frustrated that they've never been able to lose weight. Are you sharing with them? This is a revolutionary new weight loss program with a revolutionary approach. You want to get on the phone call to understand why this one is different. You want to get on this phone call to understand why the last one you had didn't work. It's not about getting a lesson in CBD. It's getting a lesson in why our approach is different and why these results will be different from you. So as I shared on Saturday, it's not about memorizing a script. It's finding your voice that's easy for you to say, because you're not memorizing it, you're sharing it. And I'm sure that one of those things that I touched upon, I'm saying in that sense, is your voice, right? It's your own personal experience, whether it be as a customer, whether it's a business opportunity, and you can share these conversion stories that we're having. And so we're going to really work this program. As you can tell, Zane is committed. I'm saying 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to talk to your customers, to prove this to you. And then there'll be a point where we may continue to do it along with you, or a hybrid version of this, or the truth is you'll want to go faster than the company's going to allow you, and you'll be doing your own trials and your own tests. And that's how this exponentially grows. That's why we're not an affiliate company. That's why we're not an e-commerce company, because we understand when you have a great conversation, it grows so fast and so quickly, and you can't bring enough people in the business to talk to enough customers when it starts to go. So this weekend was the beginning of creating the conversation. This weekend is the beginning of a new plan, of a way to expose this product to many people. Now, for those of you that are great entrepreneurs and have your own way of doing the business, we're not saying stop. We're just saying, consider this as adding this as part of your repertoire. I can tell you that in 25 years in this business, day in and day out, that every single successful direct sales company had the explosive growth when everyone bought into the same system. Now, again, there's always groups of people that did things their own way within that system. But when you have 50 people doing it, and then that becomes 100 people doing it, and then it becomes 5,000 people doing it, and 10,000 people doing it, all of a sudden you understand why people choose this as a way of sharing products. That exponential growth has to be something that everyone can do without going to a 10-day seminar, without reading the manual, without understanding, you know, whether CBD is CBG or CBN. I'm saying that is not going to make you effective. That's our job, to fill in those blanks of giving people the why. Your job, whether it be through a flyer, whether it be through a phone call, whether it be through a social media post, is to create a conversation. And now you've got something to say that other people can't say. And that's why everyone is going to be successful. So I look forward to seeing everyone on the Zooms, filling that 500 people. I mean, wouldn't it be great if by the end of the week, we're done and we're already announcing the next program? And then we're going to spend some time, again, like Ryan, on these Monday night phone calls. We're going to have guest trainers like yourself on certain occasions, because you're going to share your experience about what's effective for someone like yourself, that someone else needs to hear about how you're getting more people on the calls than maybe someone else. So this is a share exchange. This is a teaching exchange, because this is the network of how it's going to work. And so it's all about fixing and refining. It's about learning from each other. It's about sharing the stories, because the more stories you share is the way that you recruit more people. So with that, everybody have a great night. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. Tammy's always the last one to shut the lights off, which means she's the last one to answer anybody's questions. And so have a great night, everybody.
Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Tammy.
Thanks.
Thanks, Tammy.
Night.
Thank you. Good night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.